Hey everybody, so I wanted to start giving you guys some tips that could really be helpful so you can start maximizing your time and your results. I know I've made a handful of mistakes in the past that wasted so much time and energy, and I'm hoping to help you guys avoid those mistakes that I've made. And for me, today is chest day, and so I'm going to give you guys 4 common chest mistakes that people make during their workouts that lead to missed gains, missed opportunities, and it makes it take a lot longer to see those results you're looking for. Okay, so number 1, you need to lock your shoulder blades back, slide those shoulder blades together. Some will typically protract their shoulder blades, rounding them forward, which reduces the chest activation and forces the shoulder blades to do way more work. Not only are you robbing the pecs of part of their involvement, but you're also putting the shoulders in a very vulnerable position, pinching a portion of your rotator cuff that could result in a very sharp pain. And then before even beginning any set of presses or flies, make sure to raise the rib cage, slightly arch that back, and shrug the shoulders down and back. This position must be held from the beginning to the end of each set. I don't care what anybody says when they say, oh, you are exaggerating the curve in your back. Knock on wood, I've never had an injury in my 8 years of training, so I must be doing something right. But make sure if it doesn't feel right for you, you need to readjust. Okay, so number 2, change up the angles. Sometimes people forget, but it is so important to change up the angles. I see so often where people think that just because they switch from dumbbells to a barbell to a cable on a flat bench, they are getting a great chest workout. But when wanting to maximize your chest muscle fibers, you really need to ensure you're working all angles from the decline all the way up to the high, very high incline, and many angles in between. Varying those angles will knock off all those muscle fibers. It'll make training more interesting and give you those amazing proportions that you want for your chest and every other muscle that you work. Okay, so number 3, focus on the eccentric part of the movement. Although focusing on the positive when it comes to life is great, when it comes to training, you need to focus on the negative as well. So what I mean is the negative, aka the eccentric part of the movement. For example, the lowering of the weight for a chest press, for example. Let's say you typically lower the weight in 2 seconds, try extending it to 4 seconds. It's gonna require focus on lowering the weight slowly, but the results will change the way you think about training. You can do this type of negative focus training with every exercise, almost every exercise you do, and see amazing results. Remember, it's gonna be more challenging, so ensure that the weight is adjusted to accommodate it. Okay, lastly, number 4, I'm sure you guys have all heard of this, progressive overload. In order to grow, you must progressively overload your muscles. If you don't continue to challenge yourself, then you are always going to struggle to develop your chest. You need to increase the amount of tension your muscles produce over time. And the most effective way to do this is by progressively increasing the amount of weight that you're lifting. The key to gaining muscle and strength isn't doing the cool new exercise everybody's showing and talking about. It's making your muscles work harder. And this is exactly what you do when you force your muscles to handle heavier and heavier weights. This is why you should be interested in increasing your whole body strength over time. And I hope these tips help you guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and give this a thumbs up if you guys would like some more tips.